Good evening. You are tuning in to AWANI Tonight with me, Farhana Sheikh. Government looking to set up a Children Development Department and PAS contesting under the PN logo in the Melaka Polls. Is this the end of Muafakat Nasional? That's coming up. The government is looking to establish a children's department under the Women, Family and Community Development Ministry. However, its Deputy Minister, Dato' Siti Zailah Muhammad Yusof, said that a timeline could not be established yet as discussions with related departments and agencies are still ongoing.
During the question time in the Dewan Rakyat today, Zailah also noted the lack of officers assigned to the current children's unit under the Social Welfare Department. She was responding to a question by Pengerang MP Datuk Sri Azalina Osman Said, who said there are currently only 5 officers in the department compared to the population of 9.24 million children in the country. She pointed out that this meant that if there are only 5 officers, one officer has to take care of approximately 1.88 million children. In August, Siti Zailah's predecessor, Hannah Yeoh, had called for the Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, to create a new ministry specifically to look after the needs of the children in the country as soon as possible. The Segambut MP said Ismail needs to establish a Ministry of Children as the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has exposed and amplified the weaknesses of Malaysia's system to adequately protect children.
With its largest spending plan to date, the government could easily win the next general election if it's held tomorrow. That was the observation made by former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. He claimed that Budget 2022, worth over 332 billion ringgit, will lead the country to fall further in debt, especially if the government showed no interest in recovering misappropriated funds.
Ya, saya faham. Perlunya kita belanja lebih untuk lawan pandemik COVID-19 dan kemerosotan ekonomi. Tetapi kita tidak tunjuk minat untuk dapat balik wang yang telah diselewengkan. Demikian, duit yang dipercayai dicuri telah dibalikkan kepada pencuri.
Dr. Mahathir also bemoaned the fact that leaders who have been found guilty of corruption by the court are allowed to roam freely and not serve their sentence, when ordinary citizens who have yet to be charged are taken into custody. He was referring to the court permission granted to former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak to travel abroad despite his court conviction. PAS has announced that it will contest under the Perikatan Nasional logo in the upcoming Melaka state election. This serves as a blow to UMNO, which recently had said they would continue to cooperate with PAS for the election, over expectations that PAS candidates would use their own logo. Thus, this signaled the end of UMNO-PAS union under the Muafakat Nasional coalition. How will this decision impact the outcome of the Melaka Polls? We speak to political analyst Mujibu Abdul Muiz.
Of course, as many expected, the long-term cooperation in Muafakat Nasional will not going to stand for a long time, since we are expecting the direct contestation between UMNO and PAS, especially when we are talking about Malay heartland areas like Kelantan, Terengganu and Kedah. Yeah, because as far as we concerned, we cannot see this cooperation will work in this kind of states. In short term, of course, we are talking about Melaka state election in the upcoming state election. This will definitely create a 3-corner contestation between PAS in Perikatan Nasional, UMNO as well as PH. And for the sake of Malay voters, definitely there will be a split in the in voting, and most probably this will going to be benefit for the Pakatan Harapan. So this will going to be very tight contestation, and of course we expect Perikatan Nasional to split the votes, and of course Barisan Nasional will be difficult in gaining the non-Malay voters, and of course if PH can manipulate the situation, and PH may gain an advantage on this contestation.
Mujibu sees no problem in hardcore PAS supporters supporting the party under the Perikatan Nasional flag. But the more important thing to observe right now is the Islamist Party's role in assisting PN to victory.
We can simply see how past supporters openly vote DAP when they are in the same coalition in Pakatan Rakyat. Yeah? So there is no problem for them to vote Perikatan Nasional simply because they are in the same ideology. They are also targeting the same voters. This time it's going to be the Malay voters. The big question is how well PAS may help Perikatan Nasional to defend the seat they have won during the general election in 2018 under Pakatan Harapan, because we know that when PAS contests in 2018 in almost 24 seats, they lost all the seats. So I can see that PAS will help Perikatan Nasional up to the moment to wrestle the seats from UMNO as well as Pakatan Harapan.
We'll take a short break. Stay with us.
Nikmati penjimatan 50% dengan penyelesaian penyagaan Unify. Dengan Microsoft 365, kolaborasi dengan pelanggan, kongsi hasil kerja terbaik dan urus semua keperluan.
Ayuh keluarga Malaysia, kita bulatkan tekad dan bersatu hati untuk terus memelihara serta mempertahankan kedaulatan negara. Sebagai keluarga Malaysia yang besar, kita harus bertoleransi dalam semua perkara. Hormat menghormati serta mengekalkan perpaduan rakyat yang berbilang kaum, agama dan bangsa serta integrasi nasional silang budaya adalah tunjang kekuatan kita sebagai sebuah negara bangsa yang berjaya. Umpama selembar benang dikait, ditenun dan dijalin, akhirnya menjadi kain yang sempurna indah.
Welcome back. Malaysia is ready to roll out custodial medical units in lockups to bring down the number of deaths in custody. We speak to Gerald Joseph, Commissioner at Human Rights Commission Malaysia, Suhakam, to follow up on the matter.
We realized that there are preventable deaths, and part of it is linked to health issues. So one of the causes of death in custody is the health condition. The person is detained, we have no clue. The police woman or man who arrests the person is making a guessing game, looking at how bad you look, your condition, or what they say, saya sakit atau sakit, but not medically trained. So until we have a doctor or medical personnel at the police lockups, only then will we be able to ascertain the condition of a person, whether it's predisposed to serious ailments.
He believes having medical experts in police lockups would ensure less deaths occur in custody, as those who are medically ill would be sent for treatment in hospital. With Suhakam being a part of the Custodial Health Unit project, Gerald assured that the human rights of those in detention are protected.
The Suhakam leg into this as an oversight body for human rights is also a partner to ensure that the doctor now is the ears and eyes on the ground to see if there is any allegations or visual signs that something may not be right in terms of some injuries that may have happened either during the arrest process or while they are in detention. That should have been something that should come to the attention of the doctor, because the doctor's eyes is trained, and then it should come to the attention of Suhakam as well as the police in order to facilitate that something more happened than what is supposed to happen during the investigations.
Aside from Suhakam, the collaboration to establish CMUs involves the Ministry of Health and Police, mulled since 2020. The pilot program will roll out at 5 centralized lockups in the country, located in Shah Alam and Jinjang in the Klang Valley, Bayan Lepas Penang, Kepayan Sabah and Kuantan Pahang.
On to the international front. More than 100 world leaders agreed to back a landmark agreement to end deforestation by 2030 in the first major deal of the COP26 conference. The pledge will include over $19 billion of public and private funds.
Countries that say they will sign the pledge include the US, UK, Canada, Brazil, Russia, China, Indonesia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, which collectively cover around 85% of the world's forests. Some of the $19 billion funding will also go to developing nations to restore damaged land, tackle wildfires, and support indigenous communities. More than 30 of the world's biggest companies will also commit to end investment in activities linked to deforestation. Experts welcome the move but warned that a UN climate gathering in 2014 issued a similar declaration but had failed to slow deforestation.
A man who carried out a stabbing and arson attack on a Tokyo train on Sunday evening had targeted to kill as many people as possible. Police revealed that 24-year-old Kyota Hattori had planned his moves over months and bought a knife to use in the attack over the internet. Hattori was arrested after injuring 17 people in the attack on a busy train on the night of Halloween. Videos and photos of the incident posted on social media showed Hattori at the scene wearing a green shirt, dark tie and purple suit, who police said was inspired by Joker from Batman. One man in his 70s remains in serious condition with stab wounds and 16 others were treated for minor injuries. According to police, Hattori told investigators he wanted to kill lots of people and wanted the death penalty. At least 15 people died and 34 wounded from 2 explosions and a gunfire at Afghanistan's biggest military hospital in central Kabul today. Security forces were deployed to the entrance of the 400-bed Sadr Muhammad Daud Khan Hospital, but there is no confirmed number of total casualties yet.
According to a health worker at the hospital who escaped the site, a large explosion was heard first, followed by gunfire that went on for a few minutes. However, about 10 minutes later, there was a second larger explosion. Photographs shared by residents showed a plume of smoke over the area of the blast near the former diplomatic zone in the Wazir Akbar Khan area. There was no immediate claim of responsibility. The blast added to a growing list of attacks and killings since the Taliban takeover of the country.
That is all we have for you on AWANI tonight. Get the latest news update on COVID-19 and COVID-19 vaccines from astroawani.com and the Astro AWANI app. I'm Farhana Sheikh. Thank you for watching.